I'm gonna be sore like holding up stuff to the lens. Arm day. Okay. Sounds like you have a personal problem there. Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, hello and welcome. Today's video, we're gonna do another full face, just testing out some NYX products. I only really use one religiously. I think NYX is a great drugstore brand, and I love that Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation. I won't be using it in this video. We're gonna test out a different foundation because I do use Can't Stop Won't Stop so much. It is so loved. Definitely one of my holy grail foundations. My hair looks out of whack. I'm sorry. Went to the gym. Day 3. Trying to go 4 days a week. Trying to get my act together. Most of these are going to be a first impression. If you like to see my first impression, initial thoughts, and the final outcome, just keep on watching. So I'm going to start things off with the NYX Dewy Finish Spray. I have just really been obsessed with doing a spray as my initial layer on my face. I have noticed a huge difference in my makeup wear, especially since I do have dry skin. Really keeps things intact and not cake throughout the day. Just nice, refreshing. I've only used the matte one before. We'll see how the dewy one does. You know, I just feel like nice and refreshed. It doesn't really have a scent. It smells like normal setting spray. We'll see how it really helps as a pre-layer, working with the primer that I chose, and then when we put all the other face makeup on. So for primer, we're gonna try the NYX Honey Do Me Up. I was really intrigued by this product. It reminded me of the Farsali Rose Gold Elixir, which I still haven't tried yet. It's just been chilling on my vanity. Okay, just like goops. Huh. Interesting. Don't know how much we need. We're just gonna play it safe. I'm a little scared to just put some on my nose. We're gonna take the Luxie 510 foundation brush to spread it around. Okay, might have put too much on, but you know what? It's okay. Did not think this would spread as well as it's spreading. You wanted a dewy look? You're gonna get one. Super hydrating. I do like that. My skin is just soaking it up. Probably didn't even need that initial layer. I thought it was gonna be sticky since it said honey, but it is not. Felt like I took like the It Confidence in a cream and put it on my face, and that's what I'm using. Super hydrating. Not that thick, which was nice. Definitely felt like I put on too much. It's not like extra moisture is gonna hurt my face because it needs all the help it can get. For foundation, I have the Total Control, and I picked out the shade Buff. Now, my e.l.f. full face of makeup using Buff was kind of a fail. So we'll see how this works. I was really intrigued by the dropper bottle, and then to apply foundation, I'm gonna take my Sigma 3D HD Max Kabuki brush. Seriously could not put this brush down, even if my life depended on it. I just love it so much. Oh, that might have been a lot. Oh, my brush is soaking it in. Oops. Okay, gonna be a little light. There is a, no wait, I was gonna say, is there a scent to this? No, I washed my brushes recently. That's what it is. So initially, I feel like I look a tad cakey, and my brush likes to soak up this foundation. It's very liquidy. Yeah, I'm kind of having trouble buffing it out in some areas. Let's see how it builds up. It's definitely more of like a medium coverage than full, but it doesn't feel too matte. Maybe it's all the primer. I do like the dropper bottle dispenser because you can kind of control how much you want coming out. I think I'm having issues with the primer and the foundation working together in some areas, mainly the T-zone area. I'm having really bad texture right here. It's like I can still see it. And I'm afraid, like I'm looking at my nose area right now, and I'm just waiting for it to start cracking. We're gonna try to add some more. Give it kind of like a more full coverage look. See if that helps at all. No, we tried. I really underestimate my skin tone choosing online, but it looked like I was, you know, the normal shades that I normally get. But I felt like tan was gonna be too dark. Okay, even trying to layer this is not happening. Feel like I actually emphasize the texture and my pores more with that second layer. Fantastic. Not crazy about the foundation or the primer for that matter, which just sucks because I actually really liked that primer since I thought it was super hydrating, but it must be making it super slippery. I'm trying to apply foundation, which I have noticed, like if I move the brush this way, you can see some skin peeking out. For concealer, I picked up the Can't Stop, Won't Stop, and I picked out Soft Beige. I don't know why I haven't tried the concealer since I love the foundation. I'm a little nervous though. I think this is gonna be darker than the foundation shade I chose. We're gonna do the reverse effect. We're gonna create dark circles instead of brighten. Exactly what we were going for. Okay, I do like the wand though. I felt like I could just make a banging triangle, and then we're gonna take the Sigma 4D HD Kabuki brush to blend and buff out the concealer. Definitely game changing. I love the shape. It just does such an effortless job. Like, I'm not one to always wear concealer, but this brush makes me want to wear concealer. Half the time with like a sponge, I'm like there forever. Concealer, what you doing? I'm afraid this is gonna crease up. I don't know. It's not really blending into the foundation. It's kind of like just sitting on top. So that's cool. It's not super thick. Like when I think of thick concealers, I think of Tarte Shape Tape and the e.l.f. Camouflage. But this one's like medium coverage. Like I would not use this to cut my crease. Not too crazy. This concealer just doesn't wow me like the foundation does. Let's set the face with the NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop setting powder. Picked out the shade Light Medium. I've actually been really enjoying light medium shades recently. Normally I just use like the translucent ones that don't really go for like foundation shades. Been noticing a big difference with setting my makeup. Let me know what you guys use to set your face. So I don't like how there's that dip in it, because how am I supposed to dunk my brush? So I'm kind of annoyed, which is fine. It's almost that time of the month anyway, so everything's annoying me. And we're gonna take the Sigma Edge Kabuki F87 brush to set the under eye. I am really struggling trying to get some powder up on here with this dip. Aside from that, the powder is going in pretty nicely. I think it's helping brighten up that darker concealer we have going on as I get powder everywhere. I feel like my brush picked up the powder weird and on the wrong angles, so I'm having like move it around of where I got the powder because of that dip. I'm telling you, it threw me off. And then we're gonna take the Sigma Baked Kabuki F89 brush to set the rest of the face. If you're going for like more of an illuminating, dewy look, I think this powder would be good because it is brightening. I'm starting to see the foundation crack. I have like a fine line right there from smiling. Let's put some powder right there. Fill it in. Fill it in. Set the mustache. Oh, I feel like I'm gonna ruin my brush. Set the nose because the pores are trying to make an appearance. Oh no, not today. But this powder is doing a good job setting. I do like that. Just this damn dip is getting on my nerves. Like I need like a little petri dish or something. Petri dishes are cute. Oh yeah, that's a matte forehead. Fine lines, who? They don't exist no more. Set this whole face because my pores and my texture is everywhere. This is kind of like an eraser. You see a pore? Put some powder on it. I'm telling you, I'm struggling. You know, if I took a picture right now, hopefully there's no flashback. I've noticed when I use like light medium or medium setting powders, I've noticed that I don't have flashback as opposed to just white setting powders. Okay, we are matte. The pores are filled. That wrinkle is filled. I'm gonna take this NYX matte bronzer and I have the shade medium, and we're gonna use a Morphe E34 brush to bronze. Ooh, there's a lot of kickback. You wanted bronze? Well, hello. Oh snap, that is definitely bronzed. Okay, what's that on your forehead? Mud? Just kidding, it's bronzer. But man, could have fooled me. Luckily I was going more for my hairline area, so I'm afraid for like my cheeks, we're gonna lightly tap it. That's not too bad. That's actually really pretty. Okay, lightly tap it in. Otherwise, a lot's gonna come out and whoo. This foundation shade was like, I'm looking a little under the weather. Bronzer definitely helped. Carve out my chin. They kind of get sucked in with my neck. So I like the bronzer. The kickback was a little much. Maybe it's because I use bronzers that don't really kick back, but I'm just like, can you calm it down a little bit? Like, why do you gotta be so extra? But it bronzed up really nice. Like That's the thing. It did a great job. I just did not like the kickback. Like, I expect kickback when I dip my brush into eyeshadow pan, but a bronzer. Let me know if you guys use a bronzer that kicks back a lot, because that's like the first one I've encountered with that does a lot. I'm gonna take this ombre blush in the shade Strictly Chick. I was gonna kind of poke at Catherine because in our Game of Thrones video, she says, "This is the Real Techniques by Sam and Nick." And then she turned it over and she was like, "Oh, it's my shading dome, whatever brush it was." And this is the Real Techniques blush brush. I don't know why I found that so funny. It's like a combination of peach and then kind of like a pink. No kickback from this. I mean, there's a little bit of dust, but it's not like dust. I don't really know what the ombre effect is supposed to be, but I like this blush. It's pretty. Going in with a second coat because the first one I was like, hello, where you at? But that's good. I'd rather build up my blush instead of being like, help. I don't really care for the ombre. Like, I don't even know what like the point of it is supposed to be. Like, I'm looking and I'm like, do I have an ombre effect on my cheek or what? If you know what the ombre blush is supposed to be, let me know. And do you see it? Or am I just swirling it too much? Or is it just trying to be fancy? Am I not bougie enough? Educated enough to know what ombre blush is supposed to be? I'm gonna get like real carried away with some blush real quick. I always do. That's typical. And this brush doesn't help my case because it's just like, you want some blush? I'm gonna take this NYX A Bit Jelly highlighter and I picked up the shade Opalescent. Wonder if it's gonna be like flubber. Definitely not looking like the e.l.f. one. It's blinding though in the right angle. See how well, oh, it's kind of like flubber. I haven't swatched a damn thing. Who am I? Oh, that's weird. That feels like Jello? Hello. And that's what it looks like on my finger. What? I am confused. I'm gonna go back and swatch everything else after this. It's kind of there. It's not blinding. That was weird AF. I wanted to take a brush to try this. We're gonna go back and swatch the blush. Oh, that feels so nice. It looks maybe a tad chalky, but it blended out super nice, in my opinion. And then let's swatch the bronzer. Oh yeah, it's super pigmented. Like, I didn't even go in that hard. And there it is. Just a nice like little love tap on it. Definitely pigmented. Definitely had like a more creamier feel to it than the blush. I'm nervous for this highlighter. I did not find it that impressive. Am I really about to take a brush and see? Oh, bad idea, Amanda. And this is my Morphe E61 brush for reference. I think I'm gonna make things worse. Oh wait, it's like painting. This is just weird. Like, I love purple highlighters. I don't like this formula at all. Okay, I guess I should have just used my finger because I think I made it worse using a brush. There's something about this formula that I just don't like. We'll try a finger. It dries down super fast. I feel like I don't have enough time to like blend it out before it starts to dry and then it's kind of stuck. My highlight is all over the place. I did one side with my finger and then one side with the brush. Jelly highlighters don't bother me. I really love those e.l.f. ones. Those almost take too long to dry and then these just dry down way too fast. Like, I don't feel like this looks blended out enough. Like, it just looks like I like broke a glow stick and went and it dried down and that was the end result. And we're gonna set the face again with that setting spray. For brows, I'm gonna take the micro brow pencil. Reminds me of the ABH Brow Wiz, so let's see how it compares. Very similar to the ABH Brow Wiz in terms of use and coverage. Very user friendly. Good for like a more natural brow day. Normally I would probably just use this to outline my brow. It's doing a good job filling it in. It's just taking it a little bit longer. We're in no rush. I'm not going out tonight. All right, really like the pencil. It just took me longer than like my brow, but it did a really good job. It seemed to match my eyebrow hairs really well. I think it's good for a more affordable option than the ABH Brow Wiz. is. If you're looking for an eyebrow pencil, definitely check that out. And if you have used it, do you think it's comparable to the ABH Brow Wiz as well as the Precisely My Brow that Benefit has? Because I've actually started using that pencil too every once in a while. And we're gonna use the Control Freak eyebrow gel to set. I'm really excited to try this because I can't seem to find something that is just as good or better than the ABH Clear Brow Gel. Love that stuff so much. I think it was a good second, but there's just something about that ABH brow gel that just, it's just so satisfying after you set your brows. It's not terrible at all. I think it did a pretty good job. Definitely more budget friendly, so I would recommend it. It feels like I have ABH on. Maybe if I touch them, ABH one kind of like hardens almost on your brow hairs, which is something I like because I have like this bad habit of touching my brows. It was kind of like picking at my brows, and so it would shed. I would get like some really bad gaps. It's like a nervous anxiety habit that me and Malik actually developed our sophomore year in college. So when I feel that crust, I'm just like, oh, I'm not gonna touch my brows, just gonna leave them alone. Especially when I'm stressed, it gets so bad. For eyes, I'm gonna take the Ultimate Shadow Palette. This is the warm neutral variation. I'm not gonna swatch the whole palette, but I will swatch 2 shimmers and 2 mattes to get an idea. So this one looks nice, super creamy. A little bit of kickback on those. And this is what the 4 shades I chose look like. These 2 are the shimmers. They felt very similar. A little bit of kickback, but not too much. And these were the mattes. This one felt a little dry, but this one felt super creamy, but they're all very super pigmented overall. All right, and that's what they look swatched. The shimmers are so beautiful. Loved how creamy they felt. And you can definitely tell that that lighter matte is drier by the swatch. So we'll probably need to build it up a little bit. Great transition shade. But nonetheless, we still have pigment on all 4 fingers. Rawr. We're gonna start things off using my Sigma E40 tapered blending brush. Take that matte. Really impressed by that matte. I really liked it. It's nice and saturated on the brush. Add it right here. Blends out really nice, pretty effortlessly. I love this E40 brush. It just does a good job every single time. Got like fall vibes going. I know we're in spring, but clearly fall is on my mind. I'm gonna take the Sigma E70 medium angled shader. For reference, that's the shade I put all over my crease and upper eyelid. And now I'm gonna go in with this shade. I'm just all over the place today, and I apologize. Thank you for bearing with me. We're gonna go into the outer V. Really love this pointed brush to apply to the outer V. And then I've been taking the Morphe E17 brush to help blend it out. Making sure those 2 together look nice. I'm going to take this shade and apply it all over the lid. I loved how it swatched, so I'm excited to pop this on. Probably should have taken MAC Fix, but here we are doing it the hard way. Before I forget, I'm using my Sigma Eye Shading E55 brush. I feel like I have done a similar look to this before using my Violet Voss Holy Grail palette. I'm gonna go back in with that initial shade to make sure that the 2 are nice and blended together. That hood part likes to crease up on me. Gotta love having hooded eyes for that reason. We're gonna take this retractable eyeliner for the waterline. Much excited about this. Maybe it's a dupe for the Stila Smudge Stick. We shall see. Oh yeah, super comfortable. Does not tug at your waterline. As long as this doesn't smudge, this would be another fantastic dupe. Also gonna take the Epic Ink liner and apply this to my eyelid. The felt tip reminds me of the Ico one, which I really love that Ico one. Super matte black. Super user friendly too in applying. Like I did not have to go back over on that. Even though I know it's brand new, but even still, I feel like I have to just go back a little bit. And I don't see any eyeshadow on my felt tip either. That is a pet peeve of mine. I'm going to take the Morphe E36 brush and we'll take that same shade that we took for the crease to smoke out. Ooh, got a little carried away. I really like this NYX palette. The shadows have been super blendable. Let me know what other NYX palettes you guys have used because I need more. Gonna take this shade right here to pop in the inner corner. And we are on a Luxie 151 mini flat. We're gonna take some MAC Fix. Definitely a nice like pinky shade for in there. I like to make less than and greater signs when I highlight my inner corner. That's just my preference. This is a great palette. I did not run into any issues blending with these shades, and this would also be travel friendly. Would love to test out more of the variations that they have. For mascara, we're gonna take the Worth the Hype and gonna test if it is worth the hype. Definitely see a good difference in length, but in volume, it's not worth the hype. So there's definitely more volume when you add a second coat, so I definitely like it better. Looks like I have Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara on now. I'm gonna take the NYX matte lip liner in the shade Suede. Pencil's a little harder than my preference. I really love the Gerard Cosmetics lip liners. Those are super creamy and easy to apply. I tried to press a little too hard and it crumbled. But I really like this neutral shade. Can probably work out with a lot of different lip shades. If only there was a way to soften it up a little bit. Do you guys know if they have retractable lip liners? Let me know. I noticed that some of those are a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more hydrating than like the traditional pencil. And then we're gonna take this soft matte lip cream and apply it on my lips. I already own this. It came in a set, so I'm not sure what the shade is. I am so sorry. Even with lip liner, I can't color in the lines. I really love these soft matte creams. They're pretty hydrating. They dry down really nice. There is transfer with them, so you will have to reapply throughout the day. Super pretty, very affordable. I really like them. Love this shade with this look going on. Spray some more setting spray. Whoop. As my mouth is open, fantastic. Don't really see much of a dewy finish or look compared to the matte. Feel like they're dispensed in the same bottles. So I definitely think this palette, the ombre blush, the brow pencil, and the liquid liner were my top favorite products that I picked up to test out. They just went above and beyond expectations. Foundation was definitely like my least favorite product. I was not crazy about it at all. It was streaky, cakey, and this honey primer did not do a good job to function as a good base. The concealer, it was okay. It just wasn't enough coverage for my liking. It was hydrating. This highlighter was a huge disappointment for me. Love the shade, it just dries down way too fast. Definitely let me know what are some of your favorite NYX products. What is on your radar to test out? They just have so much. Every time I go into Ulta, like I always see people at the NYX section and I'm always like, I wanna look too. This concludes today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Give this video a thumbs up if you like NYX Cosmetics, drugstore products, first impressions. Leave me a comment below. What was your favorite product that I picked up? What is your favorite NYX product? What should I pick up next? What other drugstore products do you enjoy? I've been really enjoying doing full face of drugstore products. Please make sure you're subscribed before you leave, and I'll see you in the next video.